Look, man, y'all know I don't be for the BS. This gonna be one of those type of videos, but I am not a hypocrite, and I'm not about to sit here and act like a hypocrite. There is no way in hell I can fix my mouth, or anybody should be able to fix their mouth to criticize or critique of Micah Parsons for some of the stuff that he was doing off the field and acting like that type of stuff is a distraction to actual football activities, but then in the same breath, make excuses for one of the top prospects in this year's draft, albeit apparently, allegedly, this clip we're about to watch was from his freshman year. So he could have possibly matured a little bit, changed his thought process, but we're just talking about the actual thought process itself. We're not actually talking about the player who he is today because we don't know how he actually feels about this. But I refuse to be a hypocrite. You cannot criticize Micah Parsons and then act like that these comments we're about to hear are just perfectly fine. It's normal. It's no cause for concern at all. Stop it, bruh. Stop it. Let's get right into it. Y'all be sure to subscribe for more Dallas Cowboys content just like this. All right, y'all. So we got Tetaroia McMillan here, Arizona wide receiver, projected top 10 pick, and some people have him falling down their draft boards now. But we got Tet McMillan here, and just listen to the answer that he gave on this clip right here.
Watch football? At all.
At all.
So he was saying, I don't.
You don't watch football? At all.
At all.
So they asked him, you don't watch football? And he said, I don't at all. What? Here we go. Here we go. I'm getting PTSD flashbacks of Mozzie Smith. Let's keep it going.
Is it hard to watch film then if you don't like watching football?
Yeah.
For real? That's crazy.
I don't like watching film either. I don't ever need to watch it by myself because we go over as a receiver group.
Okay. This is what I'm talking about right here. It's more about the mentality. And my guy Foots right here. Foots the king. My guy, and I have no problem calling my dude out by name because he know it's all love. He's my guy. He know I would do this exactly the same thing to him if we was talking about this face to face. Foots, no way, bruh. We cannot let this slide. You cannot act like this is cool. You can't act like, it's nothing, shucks, when you yourself have criticized Micah Parsons for some of his off-the-field activities, bro. You yourself have talked about how that impacts the rest of the locker room and all that kind of stuff, bruh. So you telling me that a guy that's supposed to be the top talented player on your team saying that, nah, I don't need to watch film. I don't like watching football. I don't like watching film. I don't need to watch film by myself. We watch it with my position group. Again, apparently this was his freshman season. But if this is a look into the psyche of Tetaroia McMillan, I'm good. Matthew Golden, anybody else, I'm good. We've been here. And please, I need people to please stop acting like this is something that's normal. It's something we hear all the time. Yeah, it's probably normal from bums on the damn street that had dreams of being an NFL player. But I'm sorry, I watch football and I keep up with this stuff probably as much as anybody. Where are all these mythical players that are coming out that are playing at the top of their games coming out saying, oh, I don't like watching film. I don't watch film. I don't watch football. Where's all these guys that's saying that? Because I haven't started hearing stuff like that until we heard that Georgia quarterback, Carson Beck, come out and say that this past season. That was the first time I've heard an athlete playing at a decently high level come out and say something like that, because this doesn't fly in any facet of life. If you're a doctor, your patients don't want to hear you tell them you don't like reading up on your damn craft, or you don't like watching procedures done so you can get better at what you're doing. No patient wants to hear, oh no, I don't really practice. I just get out there and use my natural ability and what I already know. No one wants to hear that. If you're running a business or managing anything or doing anything with your life at all, the people that you're dealing with are going to want to know that you are invested in your craft, because that builds ethos. It builds credibility. And I'm sorry, the moment I'm hiring anybody for a job that says they don't really enjoy what they do, or they don't like their craft or studying their craft, I'm out on them, especially a first round pick. This ain't a guy that you just need to come in. This is going to be a guy that's likely going to be one of the top 5 or 6 players on your roster if you draft him. You don't need that dude having that mentality if he still has that mentality. And again, taking this away from Tet personally, I'm just saying in general, the thought process and the mentality It's BS. And y'all quit acting like there's guys and Hall of Famers out here that don't like watching film or don't watch film or any of that crap, bruh. Stop it, because that's BS, bruh. Stop it, bro. And yes, a receiver does need to be able to watch film, because there's stuff that you pick up on field, whether it be DB's tendencies or anything else, that can help you be better at your craft. So knock it off, bruh. Dudes wanting to be self-motivated, dudes being self-starters, that stuff does matter. It's not normal. It's not just whatever. Everybody thought it was cute when Mozzie said, I don't even like football. It's like hitting people. This is the same thing. This is the same vein. It's not indicative of a guy, oh, it's normal. That's indicative of a guy that's gotten by on his naturally gifted talents. What happens when you're in a league full of guys who are also just as naturally gifted and just as naturally talented? What happens when you're in a league with guys who actually put in that extra effort, that time? They watch that film, they pick up on your tendencies. They know what you're doing before you even know what you're doing. What happens when you get into that type of league? You can't continue to just depend on your natural gifts. You do have to embrace the game at a different level if you want to attain a different level. And this isn't any aspect of life, y'all. Not just football, any aspect of life. You will not be successful like this. And I'm not going to sit here and act like that just because this guy's a projected top receiver in the draft. He very well could be damn good. But no. How does this fit Schottenheimer's culture? What did Schotty say? I want guys who love the game of football, who are competitive, who X, Y, and Z, hard workers, all this stuff. Now, according to Tetaroia McMillan's old coaches, he's a hard worker, very, very hard worker. So I'm not going to sit here and act like the guy's lazy or nothing because he said he doesn't like watching football or film. But I'm sorry, bro. I need football junkies on my team. I need guys who are maniacal about the game of football on your team, and that's when you win. Because when you look at these past Super Bowl champions, how many of these champions have players that played prominent roles on their team that didn't love the game of football? Not many. Not many, bruh. Go back and look at it. Not many have won, if any, have won and had that mentality of I don't really care. I don't like watching football. I don't like watching film. I don't like investing in my craft. Come on, bruh. You got to be more than just individually talented and skilled. You got to be smart. Sometimes that skill ain't going to be able to get you over the hump. Sometimes your will is going to get you over the hump, and sometimes your will is going to be fueled by the knowledge that you have. And you gain more knowledge by actually watching the game, bro. You gain more knowledge by actually watching tape, watching film, bro. That's part of the process. I don't care what none of you new generation folks try to act like, no, this ain't this, no, oh, it's the new bloods, this is new. No, because you're lowering the bar for people to be able to jump over it. BS mentality. Schottenheimer already said he wants a certain type of guy, and if this is how Tetaroia McMillan still feels, where he doesn't have to watch film by himself because his position group watches it, if this is how he really feels, he is not going to fit in on his team. He's not going to fit in his locker room. Dak Prescott is not going to appreciate a guy approaching his job like that. CeeDee Lamb watches film. I guarantee you, bro, these dudes are all watching film. Show me the good players that have gone on record and said, I didn't watch film. I didn't watch the game. I was just out there freestyling. Please, bruh, because you ain't going to find it. So stop the BS, y'all. Y'all be on that BS. Quit capping. I'm not going to be a hypocrite. I'm not going to, demify the kid or nothing like that. But if this is still his mentality, then respectfully, I'll pass. Give me Matthew Golden. Give me somebody else. Respectfully, I'll pass. Because if you're building culture and you're trying to build this thing up from the ground up like Schottenheimer is, you need culture starters. You need guys that are going to be the foundation for that culture. And having to make sure that you're micromanaging dudes just to get the most out of them and make them hone their own craft, that's not building the culture that this Cowboys team is looking for. So, Tetaroia McMillan, I'm sure you're going to be a great player in the NFL. Hopefully you have a successful career, and I hope this isn't how you look at things anymore. And apparently, like I said, this was from his freshman year, and I can understand a younger guy coming into this thing with this mentality, but people got to stop with the, oh, you expect a 21-year-old kid to, want to watch film? Yes! These dudes are already getting paid more than most average Americans through NIL. They're professionals. Stop acting like, oh, poor woe is them. They're professionals being paid as such. So, yes, there should be an expectation that he wants to hone his craft. I'm sorry, bro. How about them Cowboys? Knock it off, bro. Y'all be
calling me, texting me, paging me, asking me, am I still the ball? Y'all usually check on me. Listen. I'm still them boys. Hey! Woo! Oh, shut up, my boy. Hey! I'm still them boys.